So what's going on, Raider Nation? And welcome to the season finale of the Raider Critique. Now this is your Week 18 post-game review. And the Chiefs absolutely spanked the dog shit out of the Raiders, 31-13. The game wasn't even close. Now, I see a lot of y'all in the chat. I am going to address every single one of you right after we get done with the stats, man. And you guys already know how I like to do it. I like to move on over here to the stats just to kind of get a good little visual breakdown of the debacle that we saw last night, yesterday afternoon, whatever you want to call it. I don't know. I'm trying not to remember. But we can't do that because we got to go over these stats, man. Patrick Mahomes went 18-26 for 202 yards at a 7.8 yard average, 1 touchdown, no interceptions. He was sacked twice for 21 yards. Quarterback rating of 81.6 with an overall rating of 105.0. Jarrett Stidham, 22 of 36, 219 yards, 6.1 average, 1 touchdown, 1 interception. He was sacked 6 times. 6 times for 39 yards. A quarterback rating of 31.8 with an overall rating of 76.0. Jarrett Stidham was also our leading rusher. 7 carries for 50 yards at a 7.1 yard average. If you didn't watch the game, by looking at the stats, you could tell what type of day we had. Josh Jacobs had 17 carries for 45 yards. He was only averaging 2.6 yards a carry. And then Zamir White rounds it off 1 for 4. We had a total of 99 yards rushing on 25 carries, averaging 4 yards. Our leading receiver was Devontae Adams. He was targeted 9 times, 5 receptions for 73 yards, 14.6 on average, 0 touchdowns, 22 being his long. Hunter Renfrow targeted 7 times, 7 receptions for 63 yards. He did have a touchdown, as you could see in the highlights at the beginning on the intro. All right, beautiful fade route back in the corner of the end zone. He was averaging 9 yards per reception, and 16 was his long. Darren Waller, 2 for 35. He was targeted 6 times, 24 being his long, averaging 17.5. Mac Hollins, 2 for 15. And then I'll let you guys look on over there while I go over here and look at the Chiefs receiving corps, which they really didn't kill us for a whole bunch. They got us for 202 yards. Their leading receiver was Justin Watson, which was a completely blown coverage by, I believe that was Amik Robertson who let that dude blow right by him, or Nate Hobbs. It was one of the two, but I can tell you this, I haven't been happy with the secondary play at all this year. Amik has shown promise that he can be that guy, but he's real streaky. He comes in and out. You know what I mean? A better way to say it is he's there sometimes, and other times, man, he's out to lunch. Their leading tackler had 16 total tackles in Nick Bolton. 8 of those were solo. All right? Juan Thornhill had a pick. He had a tackle for a loss. And then you had Justin Reed, who had 2 pass deflections, a tackle for a loss, and a sack. You know what I mean? Look at Chris Jones. Chris Jones had 2 sacks. Leo Chanel had 1 sack. George, Carathias? I don't know how to say his name, but then again, I can't really see without my glasses anyway. He had a half a sack. You know what I mean? We were completely dominated when our offense went out there. Our offense against their defense did not bode well, and our leading tackler, this says it all, Raider Nation, was Luke Masterson with 9 total, 6 solo. Roderick Teamer had a tackle for a loss, and then Sidney Jones had a pass deflection along with Trayvon Moehrig, who showed up with a pass deflection and was actually reactive on passes this week. But other than that, our defense pretty much laid an egg. So we end the season at 6-11. All right, we didn't have any interceptions. They had 1 interception. Our kickoff returns, we only had 1 with Amir Abdullah for 25 yards, and we had 2 punt returns for 8 yards by Hunter Renfrow at a 4-yard average, his longest being an 8-yard return. And Daniel Carlson went 2 for 2 on field goals and 1 for 1 on extra points. A.J. Cole, 2 punts for 122 yards on an average of 61 yards. One of those was inside the 20, which was an absolute beauty. It seems like he's the only one showing up when we're playing these games. So let's hop right back on over here. So we take the shellacking of 31-13, and my first thought is damn, what is wrong with this team? Last time we played this team, this Kansas City Chiefs team, we only lost by 1 point. And as far as I was concerned, we were completely fucked by the referees on that game. We should have won that game. But this right here just goes to show that we've got some major issues that we need to go over, Raider Nation. And right here on the season finale of the Raider Critique, I've got 3 points, like I've always got, roughly about 3-4 points on why in the hell and these major issues are happening and what they are right here on this football team. Well, number one, the offensive line is absolute dog shit. I've seen dudes like Jermaine Illuminor coming out there and telling me to watch the tape. Look, I've watched plenty of tape to figure out that you are a big fat lump of shit who obviously can't move side to side and who cannot fucking pick up the stunt. So obviously I am looking at the tape knowing that you are not fucking good enough, and no matter what quarterback that we have behind center, you're going to get him killed because you're fucking over there eating gummy bears, I guess, like Trent Brown, instead of fucking playing your position and learning exactly what you need to do, Jermaine Illuminor. Not to mention, Colton Miller has not looked the same. He has not looked the same since last season. The dude's getting bullied and slammed up the middle. Dylan Parham, when he's not getting bullied and thrown around and falling on and having the fucking people's elbow dropped on his ass, he's getting penalties left and right. Our offensive line is fucking trash. And I can be nice about it, but why in the hell would I be nice about it after getting a 6-11 record, watching Jarrett Stidham go down 6 times yesterday because the offensive line can't do their damn job. Number 2, man, defensive secondary and depth at linebacker. We knew the writing was on the wall when Blake Martinez jumped on this team and then took his $1 million, sold his Pokemon card, and took his ball and went the fuck home. That should have told you everything you needed to know about what this season was going to end up like when the dude only shows up for 2 games, and in those 2 games he is the leading tackler for our team, and then he bails. All right, we didn't have enough depth at linebacker. When Divine Diablo went down, that started the beginning of the end for our linebacking core. And then as the season went through, we lose Chandler Jones, who really wasn't a big loss. He's a real big loss when it comes to the money in the contract. You know what I'm saying? But then you got Denzel Perryman. That was a huge loss. And then Gerard Mayo. That was another huge loss. We had dudes like Masterson in there and Darian Butler and dudes who, you know, really weren't designed to be out there all game long. We had to go and pick up another free agent, that number 56, Fungi or whatever his name is, Fangi. You know, we were literally putting pieces together at the linebacking position, and there's no excuse for that. There's no excuse for that except for dumbass play calling and coaching staff. Because the coaching staff ultimately, along with Dave Ziegler and Champ Bailey and fucking everybody else up there in that front office, they were supposed to make sure that we had everything that we were going to need to sustain at least some type of life to get through the season, even if we had injuries. And they failed at that miserably. Not only that, but the coaching staff didn't know how to use half these damn players that they brought in. Now, Jarrett Stidham went 22 of 36 for 219 yards, man. He had 1 touchdown, 1 interception. He had 2 fumbles, but he lost 1 of them. All right, now, it's a glaring issue, what we've seen every single solitary game this year. Because what we've seen every single solitary game this year, Raider Nation, has been our quarterback running for his life, our quarterback not having enough time in the pocket to where the receivers can develop on their routes and move around like Hunter Renfrow was doing last year to get open. You know, Jarrett Stidham did really well last week against the 49ers. But look, let's just be honest. You guys know what that was? That was beginner's luck. And the team rallied behind him and played really hard. Ultimately still losing, but they looked a whole lot better in that 49ers game than they did again in that Chiefs game. And to me, it didn't seem like that anybody on the team was really playing with a sense of urgency. I know that we didn't have anything to play for, but we didn't want the Kansas City Chiefs to get the number 1 seed. We don't want them to get a first-round bye in the playoffs to where they can get healthy and make a good run, making it to the Super Bowl, because it's very well possible that we could be watching the Chiefs in the fucking Super Bowl this year. And who wants, as Raider Nation, how many of us really want to see that? I can tell you this, though. There's many things that we can contemplate about what has happened on this football team, but I can tell you this. Jarrett Stidham is doing the best that he absolutely can, and we've got the number 1 running back in the league who took the rushing title in Josh Jacobs with, I believe, a little under 1,600 yards. So I want to give Josh Jacobs his props, and I want to give him his love, man, because he's been balling out all year when this stupid-ass coaching staff didn't pick up his 5th-year option and decided to spread money around everywhere else instead of solidifying our running back. Hey, I salute you. And props to you, bro. You kept us in a lot of these games. Now, you didn't really do shit yesterday, but then again, you've been playing hurt all year. And I can't hate on you for that. And you got the 2023 rushing title, man, so congratulations. And Jarrett Stidham, even though with as good as he's tried to do, with as little experience as he has coming in and starting these games, he's done all right. But we all know that this coaching staff sucks, and they make bad decisions, extremely bad decisions, and we need to call out McFucknuggets, McButthole, McButtfucker, whatever you want to call this guy. I can tell you this motherfucker sucks. He sucks. Patrick Graham sucks. Mitch Lombardi sucks. Our whole coaching staff is the motherfucking Keystone Cops from the Dukes of Hazzard. These guys are absolute garbage, and it all starts with this circus clown right here in McButtfucker. Because I can tell you this, man, I don't like this guy. I don't like his fucking ego. I don't like the way he's come in here and destroyed this team when we were a playoff team last year with less weapons, all right, under an interim coach, Rich Bisaccia, who is a player motivator. Did a better job than McButtfucker and his goddamn New England fucking Patriots West fucking coaching regime. In all actuality, Raider Nation, this guy's a fucking piece of shit. And he came over here and he's pretty much taken our legacy. He's taken what Al has built and he's pretty much flushing it all right down the toilet. And fucking Mark McFucking Lloyd Christmas over there is too fucking stupid to figure out that his father's legacy is being sold upriver by the Patriots. I'm tired of this coaching staff, and I'm tired of having the Tommy Boy of owners going out here and not knowing shit about football and bringing in the fucking worst, most stupidest motherfucker as a head coach who already failed in Denver. He fucking scapegoated himself out of Indianapolis when he figured out that there was no way he had a chance of winning over there. And really, I think it was more of a business move. Maybe Belichick and maybe Kraft kind of told him, hey, if you bide your time, we can get you over there in Vegas, and then you could be the coach of the Raiders. Well, man, I really wish they wouldn't have fucking done that if that was the case, because I wanted Byron Leftwich. You know what I'm saying? I wanted somebody who was young and hungry and who wanted to come in here and prove himself and win himself a championship. Not this fucking visor McDouchebag who decides that he's got a huge fucking ego and he's just going to come in and tear shit down thinking that he's going to get a much better result. And I hate to fucking break it to you, Raider Nation, but Derek Carr is a lot fucking better than Jarrett Stidham. And Derek Carr, obviously, with as many times as he's come in and played the Chiefs, he would have gave us a much better chance to win last night against the Chiefs than Stidham did. And I'll give Stidham his credit. he gets credit where credit is due. He's coming into an awkward situation, and it's a very trying situation. He just tried his best, but let's just be real, Raider Nation. There's a reason why Derek Carr was the starting quarterback of this team. He was the heart and soul of this franchise and this team for the past 9 years. Regardless, when Bisaccia was motivating, Derek Carr is also motivating behind the scenes. And without him on the sideline, without him on the field, it shows. It shows, and it's a glaring issue that McDumbass has no fucking idea what the hell he's doing here. By taking our starting quarterback and the heart and soul of this certain team off the field and at home to start Jarrett Stidham just to try to fulfill and do everything that he can to save money for Mark Davis, really what he's trying to do is save his own skin because he knows that he should be in the hot seat for all the moves that he made. And yeah, you're damn right. I'm putting it up here. I am going to put it up here because I think a lot of us need to ask this question. Are we missing him yet, Raider Nation? Do you see what we possibly could be going through? Now, if you've been here as long as I have, I've already seen it once before, and I want no fucking part of it. I do not want a quarterback carousel. I would like a leader back there. If anything, Derek, please restructure and come back because I don't think that there's any way that this team can win with Jarrett Stidham. Not with what we need. You know what I mean? Now, more than likely, with the way all the bridges have been burned with Derek Carr, he's probably not coming back next year. And he probably will not restructure, which kudos for him. He's going to do what he's going to have to do. But then that means we're going to have to bring in somebody who's going to be a leader of men, who's going to be a leader of a franchise. And whether we draft that guy or we pick that guy up in free agency, that's what we're going to have to do. And do I have faith that Josh McDouchebag is going to be able to lead any quarterback, you know what I mean, into doing what he needs them to do to go ahead and figure out what complicated play scheme he's got, which tells me that there's only one quarterback, and it's the one quarterback the Raider Nation does not want. So I can tell you this, Raider Nation, I'm going to finally hop on over here into the chat. I want to thank every single one of you for fucking coming in here and listening to me bitch about this game. And I want to appreciate everybody who has come in here and supported this channel for the years past and this year especially, since every single one of you have finally gotten me over 500 subscribers. And I salute every one of you for that, man. I put in a lot of hard work this year to try to give you great content on a metalhead Raider Nation member style thought process. And I can tell you this, I'm not happy with the way this team performed this year. 6-11 was absolutely bullshit. There's no way we should have been 6-11. Now I want to salute everybody in the chat, man. I know you guys have been waiting. I'm sorry that I was late getting on here, but making those press conferences last night and putting the music over the top of it, man, it takes up a lot of time, but I figured I needed to get that out before I jumped on this live, and man, am I glad I did, dude. It looks like that's getting a lot of traffic. It looks like it's getting a lot of traffic, man, so let me go ahead and move on over here into the live chat, and I want to start shouting every single one of y'all out, man. Apicasi Raider, Robert Pena, my mod, Dirty 30, the dude who's been here since day one, man, salute to you. Herman Munster, my very first subscriber, man, and my very first Twitter follower. How you doing, brother? Navy Vet 44, salute to you, man. It's good to see you. Raider Way, salute, brother. Man, all my family's in here. Farrahan, my brother, Van City Raider. Man, thank you all for showing up. Raphael, man. And then I'm going to start highlighting some of your comments right now. I'm just going over your names. Hey, and Ern, brother, it's good to see you, West Side. Man, this has been a Jaw Raider. Man, this has been an up and down season, and honestly, I'm glad that it's over. This team, has just been absolute fucking just, it's been heart-wrenching. And I'm glad that most of us are strong, man, because cardiac arrest could have definitely been an issue for a lot of us this year with the way this team played. You know, man, looking at all the comments in here, man, I got to go ahead and start highlighting from number one. Stay awake a little bit longer. Hey, and if you did stay awake, brother, dude, I am sorry for keeping you waiting, man. I had to get my coffee. It was hard as hell to really get up this morning. I've only had about 4 or 5 hours sleep. But it was totally worth it, dude. It was totally worth it. Especially since, you know, it's just, look, this team makes it hard to come on here and make any content. You know what I mean? Because they're always losing and shit. And sometimes I don't even feel like getting on here. You know what I mean? But you guys make it so much better. It forces me to want to get on here and produce more content for every single one of you. Because y'all are just as passionate as I am. And when I started this channel, this was like pretty much like the biggest dream I could possibly ever accomplish, is actually being able to be in contact and associate with a bunch more Raider fans who are just like me, who are passionate and pretty much eat, bleed, drink, and sleep the silver and black in this Raiders organization, man. You know what I mean? And for that, I mean, there's only a certain amount of, you know, you've got NFL football fans, you've got football fans altogether who pretty much, you know, just do nothing but think football. I'm that with the Raiders, you know what I mean? And I know a lot of you guys are too. So, I mean, what I would like to do is, yeah, I'm glad the season's over too, Dirty. But disappointing, it was definitely a disappointment for sure. Should we go and try to sell the farm for Lamar Jackson? Now, look, I'm all for trying to bring in anybody who is not going to make $35 million a year. All right, and I don't know if Lamar Jackson is going to be that guy. I really don't, man. And it's I would say probably more along the lines of, I want to draft a quarterback first round, but remember, this is not my organization. You know what I mean? I'm still actually, and I hate to sound, you know, like I'm the motherfucker that was like, oh man, you know, I told you so, but I'm still hoping that Derek Carr restructures and comes back. Because Derek Carr is my quarterback. All right, that dude's been here 9 years, and I've seen what he can do. You know what I mean? And honestly, I think that his chemistry with the team is a lot better than I believe that most of these free agent quarterbacks will produce. And I think that we take a step backwards if we step away from Derek Carr. And we're more than likely going to step away from Derek Carr, so we're going to take a step backwards. I don't see him restructuring after all the disrespect. I really don't. And yeah, for real, man. It's been Ziegler and Kelly are going to earn their money this offseason. Well, they fucking better, Van City. Because I'll tell you what, I am not a fucking believer, especially after watching the press conference that Dave Ziegler had. I'm really not sold on that guy either. That guy just seems like he's here to earn a fucking paycheck or basically be given a paycheck. You know, I don't have any faith in him at this point. Linebacker core, the point of weakness of our season's defense, yet again. And here's the thing, man. We've been leaving the middle wide open for the past 12 years. Kelsey has ate us up down the middle, and everybody sees that, and they all do it to us. Down the middle is just, it's our kryptonite. It really is. We need a great defensive tackle and defense. Raphael, we need a lot more than that, but that's a good start. You know what I mean? And all that red in our stadium, yes, it's an absolute disgrace. Mark Davis actually said something about it, said that it's kind of an embarrassment. Well, Lloyd Christmas, what the fuck did you think was gonna happen, you stupid motherfucker? When you moved us to a neutral zone like Las Vegas, you took the ticket prices, you put it through the fucking roof to where most of us real fucking Raider fans who are blue collar and work their ass off for their money and have a shit ton of kids they gotta take care of, well, you put it at a price for guys like us to make it to your fucking games and buy your seats. You stupid motherfucker. We were talking about a Super Bowl. We weren't talking about the fucking one that you use on your head to give yourself a haircut. And you want to sit there and talk fucking shit. Exactly. You are a fucking embarrassment. You are an embarrassment to this franchise. You are an embarrassment to this organization. And you are an embarrassment to your father's legacy. And you do not deserve this football team. Ran over. And Stidham is definitely a backup at best. The guy's a good dude, man, and, but let's be real. He got shoved into this situation. He had no idea what the fuck was going on. He had no idea. He's like, okay, coach, I'm going to go in here and I'm going to play the best of my ability, but I didn't think I was going to play at all this year, coach. And that's real shit, man. That's real shit. Somebody needs to slap the visor off McDummy's head. Yeah, man, and honestly, I would say exactly what needs to happen, but more than likely I would get shadow banned because it would be too violent for people's ears to hear. Now, we nosedived into one when we never should have, and it's inexcusable. McDaniels has got to go. Bye-bye. And yes, Ern, exactly. McDouchebag, McFucknuts, McBeerbelly, McDoublechin needs to get the fuck out of here, dude. He does. That fucking, oh man, that Paul Gunther lookalike motherfucker. Yeah, every time I hear McDonald's talk at the presser, it sounds like Charlie Brown's parents. Yeah, dude. Hey, and it's been hard for me not to drink the corporate Kool-Aid, man. You got a lot of YouTubers out here and a lot of fans who voice their opinion, and in their own right, a lot of them got a point. You know what I'm saying? But this is the point that I'm making, Raider Nation, and the point that I'm trying to say. You can't just walk away from a guy who's been with the team 9 years, who has been literally your heart and soul and your backbone for the franchise. And you can't just move on and stick a guy that, you've known for 4 years, hasn't had a lot of experience. You can't just shove that dude in there and expect the same results as what we would have got with the 9-year dude that, you happen to send home. And Josh McDaniels, I hope you can get it right, because I can tell you what, fucking Lloyd Christmas, fucking Mark Davis over there ain't going to give up on you. At least not yet. But if you keep fucking up the way you are, you might as well go ahead and pack your bags, put your house up for sale, and go ahead and envision yourself back as the offensive coordinator in New England. Because after this stint, if you fail here, I don't see another team ever giving you the opportunity to be a head coach again. You fucking failure. So as far as I'm concerned, man, McFucknuggets, you can go eat a dick. Mark Davis, you can go eat a dick. You know what I'm saying? And you guys need to go back and you need to fucking fix the relationship with DC4. Get him to restructure his contract and bring his ass back here on this team, man. Raider Ben, bro, good to see you, man. Thank you for stopping in. And yeah, hey, even Donkey's Walmart owner wants to get Sean Payton as head coach. The first thing as an owner doing something unlike Mark fucked up Hair Davis. For real, dude. And that's real talk, because he ain't been doing shit. Like, he ain't trying to do, like, he just basically dumped all of his eggs into McDaniels. And here's the thing. Because of the Gruden situation, his hands are tied. So he had to hit a home run with this coach. And it, by far, is looking like we basically hit ourselves into a double play. Now look, it would be obvious to get rid of McDaniels now before he tears the whole team down and then we are left cleaning up the mess. And that's real talk, but the problem is I don't see him doing it, Ern. We're going to have to ride with this fat double-chinned motherfucker, and we're going to have to watch this shit happen. And this is what sucks. This is what happens when a dysfunctional organization with a dysfunctional owner makes dysfunctional decisions. And now here we are. This is the situation that we're in. Everybody's like, oh, too much doom and gloom. Doom and gloom is here. All right? The doom and gloom is here. So what's going on, Alice Ghost? And hey, everybody in here, man, who's in the chat, I've been telling you guys to do this before, to hit me up on Instagram and hit me up with your address or your P.O. box to where I can get you one of these patches. Now, what I would like to say is that everybody who gets one of these patches and everybody who has gotten one in the past, look, guys, I'm going to put you in a drawing because I'm writing down everybody who hits me up on Instagram or through email that I get a patch to get you in a drawing to go ahead and get you one of these Raider coins, man. The eyes glow in the dark. And the back, this is the 4th generation coin, dude. The back's got Allegiant Stadium on the back of it. It's got Just Win Baby. And this bitch is extremely heavy, man. It's got to be about 1.5 pounds of solid steel. You know what I mean? I would definitely like to get you real Raider fans one of these coins, man. And I got 6 of these to give away that I'm going to be giving away throughout the offseason this year. And I want to be able to mail them all out to you. Well, I can't mail them out to you, Raider Nation, if I don't have your P.O. box or your address to send you this patch right here. So, you know, hit me up on Instagram at The Raider Critique. And if you don't have an Instagram, you can always hit me up on my email. That's Nathan Gunn, all lowercase letters, Gunn spelled with 2 N's, just like you see down here on Twitter. Nathan Gunn at live.com. That's right, I'm an old Microsoft kid, man. I'm fucking still running with the live, you know what I mean? So Nathan Gunn at live.com. And dude, for real, yeah, I'm going to have to figure out how to do that. All right, well, look, all you got to do is hit me up, bro. And you can hit me up on Twitter. I've got it right here. If you go on Twitter, you can hit me up there, and I can walk you through it. I'm a 42-year-old, you know, I'm pretty, you know, old when it comes to messing with technology, but I've learned some shit these last couple years, and I might be able to walk you through it. You know what I mean? So, for real, man, you guys can hit me up that way. But what I need is where I need to send your patch to. And then once I get the patch sent to you, you get written down on my pamphlet over here of all Raider people who have, it's actually over here, of all my Raider Nation who I have sent patches to. You know what I'm saying? So, look, I've got about, I think I've sent off probably like 10 or 12 patches. And I would like to get that up to about 20 before I give away my first coin. You know what I'm saying? And Raider Nation, you guys deserve anything that I can possibly give you because you have given me so much with your support and your continued support for coming over here into the channel, even when I've been shunned by, you know, most of, like, I guess what you would call the money-making YouTubers out here just pretty much doing it for a fucking paycheck. And, you know, I mean, it is what it is, man. Yeah, I'm kind of sleepy, bro. You know what I mean? But it's nothing that I really, you know, hey, I'm used to doing this shit, dude. I played in a band for fucking like 25 years. As a matter of fact, if you hear the music in the background, I'm going to leave that down in the description on where you can go listen to those guys, because that's my old band, dude. And they've been actually hitting it pretty hard lately, and I would actually, they've got some videos up on YouTube that I definitely want all of you, my brothers and sisters, to go check out, because they are definitely a badass group, and they need a fire set up underneath their ass too. They've only got like 650 subs, and they deserve way more than that, man. They're fucking really that good, and they put a lot of damn time into what they do. Their name is In the Trench. You can find them on Bandits Now, and you can also find them on Spotify as well. But I'm going to leave their YouTube channel down in the description below, and you guys can go check them out if you'd like to. But, man, yeah, I think he was talking about the holy defensive messiah, Patrick Graham, not you. Yeah, man, as a matter of fact, I honestly think that Rob Ryan would be a much better defensive coordinator. You know, and he's already on, you know, he's already in the regime. He's our, what is that? Basically quality control player personnel for our defense. So, you know, I mean, why not? I mean, they're probably paying him a shit ton to be in that position. So he'll probably never leave that position to come down and be the DC. But our defense has been absolute dog shit, dude. You know what I mean? We need a guy like Rob Ryan to get down there. Rob Ryan's done this before, and he's also done it for us before. So why not have the dude? You know, come on down and pay him what you need to pay him. You noticed how they did not tell us about what Josh McDaniels was making? It definitely has not been publicized on what he's making. And not like they did with Gruden. You know what I mean? We all knew Gruden's, you know, contract. We all knew that. We could break that down. We even know how much he got paid for the 4 years he was here. You know what I mean? Because he's using it right now to sue the NFL for what happened to him. You know what I mean? And Mark Davis pretty much, you know, might as well go ahead and applaud Mark Davis on that. That probably also puts him on the hot seat with the NFL because, you know, Gruden's using his money to sue the NFL right now and probably more than likely is going to win. And I feel the same way. At this point, I would take Rob Lowe. It couldn't get much worse. Not from being a playoff team. We were a playoff team last year. And I don't care how many motherfuckers want to sit there and say, I don't want to hear it. We were lucky. No, bitch. It was on the motherfucking record. It showed in the stats. Stop drinking the corporate Kool-Aid and fucking getting fed and just loving what the fuck you're being fed by mainstream media. Because the only, and everybody else in the fucking organization who's lying to you. All right? The reason why there's so many fans in Las Vegas is because, look, let's break it down. Mark Davis don't give a fuck. He might sit there and say that he gives a fuck, but the ultimate idea is to fill his pockets full of money. And the only way to do that when you have completely fucking went belly up like this and your whole fucking goddamn fan base is turning their back on you is to sell the tickets to opposing fans, to opposing teams' fans. They're still filling the seats. He's still getting paid regardless. He doesn't give a shit. He's got to figure out how to pay for that stadium. All right? And that's why with all this debacle with the Bengals getting screwed, you know what I mean? And now the Chiefs are the number one seed because we couldn't do our job yesterday. You know what I mean? Now there's going to be a game hosted more than likely at a neutral stadium. Well, where do you think that neutral stadium is going to be, Raider Nation? Mark Davis is going to definitely throw our name in the hat because he's trying to regroup some of that damn money that he thought that he was going to make to pay off that stadium when we made the playoffs this year. And we didn't make the playoffs now, did we, Raider Nation? No, instead, we have a dysfunctional team, a team who is literally being held back by the play calling and the coaches themselves. And we don't have a starting quarterback. So what does that tell you? You know? It fucking disgusts me. It's always going to be Raider Nation for life, man. It's always going to be Raider Nation for life. But right now, these Raiders just don't, they're not sitting well on my stomach at all. At all. I'm glad it's off season. And we'll get to find out exactly what's going on here come in a couple more months when we start getting off season news. It's disgusting. It's embarrassing. And if anything, these guys need to they need to pull their heads out of their ass. And Razor Raider, man, thanks for showing up. Now, I'm going to go ahead and end this episode because, bro, I got some shit that I need to do today. But I do appreciate every single one of y'all for coming in here to the lives, coming into the chats. And don't forget to hit me up on Instagram at The Raider Critique or on Twitter at InGun421, or even hit me up on email at nathangunn@live.com to get your patch to get in the drawing for one of these badass Raider coins, man. So let me go ahead and get it sent to you for real. But I love every single one of y'all, man, and you guys made this year absolutely wonderful to come on here and do YouTube. And the next video that I'm going to wind up doing, I'm going to be sending an invite to you guys because we're going to be doing a keep or cut for every position on this Raiders team on the next episode here on the Raider Critique. Probably be about a month down the road. So until then, I will be hanging out in y'all's lives. You will be seeing me hanging out on Raiders Fan Radio. And hey, I'll be around, man. And also, hey, if you don't know about the gaming channel, I'm over in the playoffs on ESPN NFL 2K23. So, hey, you guys can come on over to Abacab Classic Gaming as well. I'll put that down in the description in case you don't know about that. But you can come on over there and check me fucking playing some football on a PlayStation 2 emulator with a remake of ESPN NFL 2K5 and also a bunch of other games I go over there and play too. Looks like I'm going to have a lot of time to be playing video games now that off season is here. But also I've got some real life family shit I got to take care of, which if you were here on the last live I did on the pregame video, you guys know all about that. So anyway, I salute all of y'all, man, and I love every single one of you. Please, if you're new here and this is your first time here, don't let it be your last, man. Hit that thumbs up, dude. Like the content or dislike the content. It really doesn't matter as long as you guys can throw me up there in the algorithms to where more people like yourself can see this content as well. Because I'll tell you what, man, with the shit that I talk, how I tell the truth with intensity, and I do not drink the corporate Kool-Aid, they shadow ban the shit out of this channel. And honestly, Raider Nation, I think everybody in the Raider Nation, even if you don't like what I have to say, should at least be told the truth because, hey, man, I'm not here to bullshit you. We've been bullshitted this whole time. If you've been here as long as I have, I've been bullshitted by this organization and the NFL for very many years. So I'm tired of being bullshitted, so I wouldn't do the same to any of you. And that's real talk, man. Remember, it's Raider Nation for life, man. And I love every single one of y'all, man. Fuck, this season sucked, dog. This season fucking sucked. Yeah, and the truth does. It fucking hurts sometimes. Somebody's got to fucking say it. You know what I mean? You sit there and fucking have to depend on everybody else. Not everybody can be hardcore Raider, man. Not everybody can be hardcore Raider in the Raider Critique, bro, where they're just, it's right out there in front of you. And we're going to make sure you see it. Anybody who sat there and thought that fucking moving on from Derek Carr with Jarrett Stidham was a fucking bad idea. And that's no bullshit.